I'm going light and I'm going to see how I like it. Plus, an updated test to see which one's stronger. Coming up on a future episode. Welcome to the Okie Woodsman channel. My name is Joe and we're going to have a bar and chain talk. Also give you an update about how I'm going to go ahead and rematch these saws. Boy, oh boy, talk about millions of people being frustrated about the results between this saw and that saw. I'm going to show you the most controversial chainsaw videos on social media. Seems to me that everyone believes that if the result is not exactly what they expect, they want to blame the chain. Everybody seems to want to blame the chain. I'm going to try to make that right, take out the variables. It's really hard to take out variables when you're cutting wood, but one thing I can control, and I since made the investment to be able to do a better test, and also thank you to Wes Mitchell at Mitchell's Backyard Logging. I'm going to be able to cut with a similar length bar and chain on both of these saws. Let's get started. What I have planned is I'm going to go ahead and put this 24-inch Sumura premium light bar on the 620. I'm going to go ahead and run this STIHL light bar on the MS460. This was a surprise gift from Wes Mitchell at Mitchell's Backyard Logging. These are very light. I've always wanted to run something like this. And Wes, I'm sorry you haven't got to see these on the saws yet. As you know, I've been extremely busy. As are we all. What an excuse, right? So anyway, let's go ahead and get the 25-inch bar and the 28-inch bar off of the Echo and go ahead and slap these on. I'm going to be putting new chains on them. If you don't know this, a 25-inch STIHL bar is essentially just a 24-inch bar. This is a Husky large mount bar, and this is the STIHL large mount bar. 24 and 25, for all intensive purposes, they should both run the 84 drive length. Let's just verify real quick on camera here. 84, 050, 84 length, 050. So I've got a package of 3 Dukes full chiseled chains that I'm going to be running on these saws. This is slightly off topic for this video, but this is going to be another chain test that I am going to be running. I said that I was never going to put a 3/8 low profile back on my 2511. Well, I was told that there was a better 3/8 low profile chain to put on that 2511 that might help it to perform a little bit better, especially with boring and potentially smoother cutting. So I have acquired this from sawsuppliers.com. Wonderful partnership that I have with them. Thank you so much, Saw Suppliers. If you're not familiar with them, they're a great place to get free shipping, super competitive pricing, and with my discount, you can get 10% off Echo Power Equipment at sawsuppliers.com. I think that you should check it out if you haven't. Another channel that you guys should check out if you haven't already is the Rusty Garage and Homestead. Mike over there has become a good friend of mine. We talk quite often. He actually gave me this Ratchet Scrench, and I like it pretty well, especially when you have a full wrap handle. I've seen Timber Cutter Patriot recently been talking about the 592. You know, he has a 500i that he's started running here recently, just as a test, not to switch, but just as a test. Or at least his intentions weren't to switch. We'll see what it comes down to in the end. If you have more time on a saw that is where you have the chain adjuster in the clutch cover, I myself find myself pretty perturbed and disliking this setup. I like to be able to slide the bar and chain without the clutch cover on it. In fact, I was just getting confused right here. I don't like this, but whatever. It's not a big deal. You'll get used to whatever you run. I'm much more proficient at swapping the Husky style. Here it is. STIHL light bar. Hey, that worked out pretty handy. I hate this STIHL setup, honestly. I would rather just be able to put the bar, the clutch cover on, and adjust it. But whatever. But I do like this saw. That's for sure. Been very fun to run. There it is. All right, 460 setup with the light bar. Oh man, that's nice. That's super, super nice, for sure. If you're not familiar with these ratchet scrunches, this is where they come in handy. But they have almost too much back drag. Mike, thank you for giving this to me. I've always wanted one. These West Coast dogs are extremely scary to work around. Let me tell you, they will spike you like you can't imagine. It's like having a Benchmade knife on each tip there. They will hurt you. I really probably should just take a file and just hit the ends, because there's no reason for them to be that gnarly. I don't think they intend on that. I think it just happens in production and they send them out. They just send them out that way. That's my guess. I don't know. This is a Husky bar on here, so I already have some adapters inside of here that I'm going to go ahead and continue to use. Look at this beautiful bar. I love it. So I've got my little adapters. 8mm ID, 9mm OD. Wes has a little bit of time on this bar. I don't think much. Like I said, it's a Husky. This is a Husky large mount bar. Well, I'm officially sweating so much, I guarantee you these chains are going to be rusted to pieces by the time you see them again. If you've been wondering how I like these Drew's boots, I haven't worked in them yet physically outside. I have a lot of hours. I've been wearing them consistently, and yes, I've worn them to church numerous times. I like them. They're going to take some break-in, everybody. A lot of misconceptions is if a boot's a good boot or a comfortable boot, it's got to be loaded with foam. Well, that's not the style of boots at all. What I'm doing is I'm doing the break-in process. I know that there's ways where people will soak their feet in water and all that. I'm just wearing them. That's what I'm doing. Feels a little bit on the snug side in the bar rails here. I think once I get some oil in there and let this thing spin around a few times, I think it'll feel good. About the boots, at first, you know, the leather's hard and it bunches up, but once it kind of compresses and your foot finds its happy place, now it's just a matter of wearing them a little bit more. Oh, that's nice. I like that. I like it. It's good. It's good balanced. 24-inch bar. I like that. This one here, like I said, it's going to need some time. It's going to run and the chain will loosen up a little bit here. This was just a mount the bars up, talk a little bit about what's going to happen with the 2511, with the 60 and the 70cc saw battle. I'm planning on trying to find some good wood. I've got some ideas, but I really want to do a rematch on that test and get a little bit better of an idea. If you haven't watched the previous video where I got another ported cylinder for a 620 from Super Dave Outdoors, the builder of this saw right here, I'd encourage you to check that out. Wouldn't it be really cool if I could test this saw, and the new ported cylinder? Because this saw already did really well on one test. It's ported. This is just muffler modded. But we got a big displacement difference. And so I think that was pretty impressive. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Going light.